Hello, everyone. Oh my gosh, I can't believe it's December already. Apologies for such a late feedback on November. Thank you, everyone who worked, did the family portrait. I know it wasn't easy. I think the idea that it was meant to be something really fun that we could all give ourselves. Probably the wrong time of year to kind of do it. And, I throw myself in that pot as well. So really well done to those who did do it. Managed to get it done. So, okay, November family portrait. So we're going to start off with Lucy. I love it. Lucy, what I really like is the composition and the way that I don't know if it was planned or not, but the way the branch has come down at the top, so it's like framing you while you're all sitting down. I mean, if I was to be super fussy, and I'm sure you'd probably agree, is the camera is kind of chopping off your feet a little bit. But I love the story, like really love the story behind it. It's I'm there with you. I'm going back to my childhood memories. I'm also looking at memories of, me and the kids walking with hot chocolate in the woods with my husband as well. So yeah, you've definitely captured feeling. I like the fact that no one's looking at the camera. I feel like it's a real moment. Everyone's just stuck into their chocolate, or maybe it's coffee or tea, I'm not sure. But I really like this, and I hope you're really pleased with it, and I hope it's something that you can then keep and share forever, which was the idea of this challenge. So yeah, I love it. It's really good. Anna, I really like this. I have popped into the group now and then. I think lots of people mentioned, or maybe I saw it on Instagram actually, lots of people mentioned it was like a band photo, which I totally agree with. It's kind of, you can't really see people's faces because it's so silhouetted, but it doesn't really matter because you can see these four figures who are obviously your close family. And everyone's actually looking at the camera. Again, I don't think, I think almost you could have got away with nobody looking at the camera on this, but it kind of doesn't matter because they're all silhouetted. So yeah, tiny tips. I think you could, have people not looking at the camera, and also in post-production, just make you even a bit more silhouette-y, I guess. But these are just opinions. I love, like, your composition's really strong, and that lovely straight line at the bottom shows to me that you've really thought about the composition and set it up. So yeah, really good, Anna. Like, really, really impressed. Louise, composition, just nailed it. Do you know what I mean? As you always do. A little bit like Lucy's, what I really like about this, even though Dad is looking at us, I really like the fact that whatever's happened, but there's like a moment that you're kind of, that it's not maybe as storytelling or as obvious as, like drinking tea or whatever, but there's definitely something going on. So the story, even though I don't know what it is and it's a bit ambiguous, the connection, I can see the laughter. Someone's obviously taking the piss on someone else, or, not obviously actually, but this is my interpretation of it. The little one's completely giggling and Dad just like, whatever, like looking at us. I think there's a lot of interaction there. It makes me feel, and I definitely feel the connection with Dad while all his girls are kind of, I feel like you're all teasing him, basically. And again, whether that was or wasn't, it's irrelevant. But the fact that it makes me smile when I look at it, and I have that response, means that you've achieved a great kind of storytelling photo with feeling. So yeah, I really like it. Belen, I love it. Again, I think you're in the chat like, oh, moody lot, and so I think it's really beautiful. I like the fact that you've got really creative and you used the mirror in this, perhaps inspired by January's challenge when we were all doing self-portraits. It's giving you a lot more control over your composition, I guess, because you're behind the camera as you're doing it. And I like the fact that you've got like a mirror on top of the mirror. So that's added a layer. In terms of composition, I think what you've done is you've included the mirror, the biggest mirror in. But I don't think that's necessary, and it almost has put everyone at a bit too low down. So I would almost chop it off. Where the kind of ceiling is. I almost think you could crop it a little bit. I think I don't think you need that much headroom above their heads, but again, very small details. But I can see why you were doing it. You were probably going by the top mirror, but I think if you just bring it down again, you would focus a lot more on just the faces. I also love the fact that the teenagers don't give a shit. Your girls are beautiful, by the way. I don't know them very well. I know Pablo more, but and I like the fact that Pablo isn't even looking. I just think it's that's where everyone is right now. And Rob, I'm not sure if that is a Christmas jumper or not, but it looks a bit Christmassy. I like it. I like the colours as well. So yeah, you've probably knitted that jumper actually, haven't you? So yeah, I think it's really good, and I really appreciate that these pictures must have been painful to organise. So yeah, I hope again this is something that you can all look back on and laugh, with your family and your grandchildren and your great grandchildren, and show your teens what they were like at this age, kind of thing. So no, I think it's a successful picture. So I hope you're pleased with it. Carrie, I love it. For me, I think you're probably, I'd say, one. Well, there's a couple of you in this group actually, but you definitely you're very good at putting yourself in the picture with your family. I've seen on Instagram and Facebook and stuff. And I know it's a thing that you've always said, if I don't bloody do it, I'm never in the pictures. And it's something that I'm inspired to do that in my photos. So yeah, for me, this is a classic Carrie shot. All the kids there doing what they want. It looks like you've set up the composition. You know roughly what it is. You get in the shot and, let everyone do whatever they're going to do. The youngest obviously going crazy. The oldest a bit more moody. And I think it's stunning. You've got the colours. You've gone really dark. Like your blacks. Just be a little bit careful. I mean, I love dark and shadows and stuff, but you want to just be careful that you don't end up with kind of floating heads, like the top of your hair and your son's head is kind of lost a little bit, and your daughter's hat kind of thing. So just be mindful of that, because you don't want to just end up with kind of like white faces floating in the middle of nowhere kind of thing. But I love it, and the fact that all these kids, and I don't know, it's just beautiful. Your pictures are wonderful. Tanya is the only one who did Christmas tree. Love it. Just love the story, obviously. I think it's a great moment to capture. I would say I think it's quite difficult because you've captured it and we can't really see, because I don't mind the back of heads. What am I trying to say here? I think the angle or the place of the camera could be stronger somewhere else, is what I'm trying to say. Perhaps even if you were further back. I just think you've got sweet moments, like even Dad picking up your youngest, but it's kind of hidden because they're silhouetted. So the story isn't coming across as strong as perhaps it would do if, I don't know, like Dad and your little one were standing more by the window, so they were like facing camera a bit more, or if they weren't overlapping each other, because at the moment they're turning into a bit of a blob because it's dark. So it's not like all these elements, it's just changing one. So I quite like the silhouette, but if he was like carrying her in a way that she became silhouette, if that makes sense. But the fact that he's holding her, covering his face, makes it a bit blobby. I don't know if that makes sense at all. I hope it does, Tanya. Or the other option could have been to put the camera outside the window so it's looking in, or that side of the tree. But I mean, in hindsight, you're bloody making a tree and doing a picture at the same time. So hats off to you. But just trying to give you, some like little bit of feedback in terms of the stories there. I think it just could. It needs, like, this is the first draft, if you like. It needs another go at it for it to be for the story to convey as much as it should, kind of thing. But yeah, I mean, as I say, you're decorating a tree and taking a portrait, like amazing. Emily, I really like this one. You've definitely got a real now style with your editing and your colours and your tone. And this reminds me also of, I think this was probably one of the first videos we made last year, and this I know is an annual thing in your house, making. The only thing I would say, like, I really like the interaction. I like the fact that your little one is looking at me. Again, it reminds me a little bit of Lou's photograph, like one person's looking and the others are just getting on with it. Like dad's, like, all the rest of you looking quite serious, let's get this thing made, kind of thing, and your little one's looking at me. So we've got that connection. I love the tone, the colour tones. You've got those two in yellow, you two in grey. Again, I don't know if that's deliberate or not. I'm assuming not, because I think you posted going, I had no makeup or anything. But I love this, and I hope it's something that you're going to treasure forever, because, like, it's got story. You're all well lit. It's really nicely composed. The tiny thing I would say is it seems a little bit, the composition, like you've got kind of space on the right hand side, and I almost think that's unnecessary. But the fact that it's filled with kind of a bit of tree or a bit of Christmas decoration, you actually get away with it. So yeah, I really like it. I think it ticks all boxes, definitely. Nelisa, yeah, very, very cute. I want to know where you were. But yeah, this is like, it's very cute. It's very, you've got, everyone in. It's got a bit of humour as well because of the chair, the sizes, and is Dad uncomfortable? I want to know, like his feet are kind of like lifted up, like you can always tell by little details. He's like, okay, let's get this shot done. And maybe I'm completely wrong. But yeah, that was something, like, I really noticed those little details of his feet, which I quite like. And the colours, are all, you've got a really good eye for colours and stuff, the browns and the quite oranges and stuff. Right, okay, so that's it. Well done, everyone. Like, honestly, well done. I really appreciate you all doing this, because I know it was hard. Well, I didn't know it was hard, but after hearing about your feedback, I realised it was hard. So I've got to choose a winner, and for me, it's gonna be Emily. I really like it. I think it just ticks all the boxes. It's story, it's composition, it's colour. I can smell the smells. I can feel the feels. It's definitely a really, like, you're very good at doing. You're a bit like Carrie. You're really good at doing family pictures. I know you, like everyone else, struggled with this, but in terms of, you are quite good at jumping the picture now and then, and trying to get a shot. But what I really like about this one is that you have thought about it. It isn't, just you all standing in front of the camera smiling. You've, the fact that it's an annual thing, and it's a real tradition in your house that you've captured. I feel like this will be taken and kept and shown to your children and grandchildren, and I think that's what I really like about this picture. Like, you've captured a story that's traditional to you, and it's a brilliant family portrait. And I know you moaned that you haven't got makeup on, but I love that. I just love the natural of it all. Anyway, thank you so much. Well done, Emily. And I will do another little video to tell you December's. It will be a lot easier, and it'll be fun and a nice celebration of all of our work this year. So I will do another video to share that with you. Okay, thanks everyone. Bye.